One of the biggest fascinations for most Indians, apart from owning a house, buying a car, is to actually go study abroad. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this wonderful segment where I'm going to talk to you about studying abroad and if that is truly worth it, and what are some of the dark, untold secrets that I have discovered through my very own experiences. Recently, Economic Times released a report saying over 1.5 lakh people go every single year from India to study abroad, predominantly to countries like the US, UK and Canada. Now let's understand, why do Indians romanticize, love the entire process of going abroad and actually studying, and is it all true just like how they thought it would be? A lot of my friends who went there went for two reasons. One set of people were super clear in the kind of course, the country that they wanted to study in, and the rest of them were the kind of people who just wanted to go abroad, but they did not know why and how. Back when I was in college, 2017, I don't want to say that I had the happiest life possible. This was when I was doing my final year BBA in Bangalore. But I want to say that I thought that I will be a little more happier if I go abroad, live the dream life. I had also watched Ye Jawani Ye Diwani for the 100th time.
तुम क्या चाहते हो लाइफ से बने?
रफ्तार, पागलपन। मैं उड़ना चाहता हूँ नैना, दौड़ना चाहता हूँ, गिरना भी चाहता हूँ, बस रुकना नहीं चाहता।
And the craziest part about this was everything that I thought that will make me happy, I thought I will get it outside my country. So my first point is, if you are a person who thinks going abroad will make you happy, then you are absolutely wrong. Because I believe happiness is inside you and not outside to be found. It's your inner state of mind. You could be a miserable, terrible person even abroad, and you could be the same even at home here in India. So think about it. Don't go if you want to be happy and if happiness is what you seek. Number two, social life. Now in India, social life is basically the very unit of living, existing and having a happy life. We celebrate so many festivals. Now, you might be like me and say, hey Lalith, listen, I'm not very religious. I don't like meeting people. I'm an introvert and all of that. But trust me, you will really recognize the power of people in your life only when you leave this country and go to another one. Now, why do I say this? I had gone to my master's degree in Ireland in the year 2017, and I finished my graduation in the year 2018. And the most important part about this was that I had a scholarship of 30%. So I will be putting up a lot about this, how to get a scholarship, how to find your right accommodation and all of these things in a few coming videos. But here's my thing. I did not know that Ireland would have snowfall. And in December, we had Christmas holidays, and usually these European, Britain and US countries have snow falling seasons at that time during Christmas. For 15 days, I was locked inside my house and I stayed with Irish people. So all my Irish friends stayed very close by in the neighboring cities, and for Christmas they went back home. I ended up staying in one single home alone, not talking to a soul, and Ireland had completely stopped transportation as the roads were clogged and blocked. Because Ireland's not used to snowfall and they have no machinery or equipment to clear it out. And I was just stuck, and if I had to do anything, I was by myself. I could say I was in a serious state of depression. I think for the first time in my life, I really understood how important it is to have a very strong mental health, because I was challenged in and out. And the best part about this, guys, is that I kept calling my mom, and every time I spoke to her, I used to cry, and I could never tell her why I was crying, because I was scared if she felt, a little too helpless. So your social life will take a beating, so be ready for it. It becomes really scary if you are a person who does not like getting outside your comfort zone. Now, yes, it is important to get out of it and grow as an individual, but if you are not mentally ready, it will break you. Your ego patterns, your ego fixed mindset is going to get shattered, because once you go there, you are not going to have your housemaker who's going to come to your house, clean, mop, sweep your house, clean the toilets, clean the dishes. None of that's going to happen. You are your housemaker. You will also have to cook your own meal, and most importantly, add on additional assignments, which are way tougher than the assignments you get in Indian institutions here. With all of this, you must be able to adapt as soon as possible. If you don't do that, it's going to be a problem. My fourth point, in fact, my most important point in this entire video, a lot of us Indians romanticize going abroad simply because we watch a lot of Bollywood movies. If you are in that category, you better think about your decision twice. Why do I say that? Let me give you the difference between perception and reality. Perception is, you watched Neil Nitin Mukesh, you've watched Hrithik Roshan, you watched a bunch of these people in New York, in Manhattan, and you see them in a beautiful house, living the life, they're going to Vegas when they want to, and all of this is what you are dreaming of, right? Here's the reality part of it. You've gone on a student loan worth 30, 40, 50 lakhs or even a crore at times, and you have a big hefty sum of money sitting on your head. So you cannot afford everything that you wish for. In fact, affording even the little things that you want becomes difficult sometimes. Because if you stay in a big city, at the center of it, the rent is massive. It's like if you're from Mumbai and you want to stay in Bandra, or let's say you want to stay in any of these central locations, it's going to be super expensive. You can't afford it. So what are you going to do? You are going to pick an accommodation that's most suitable for your fare. And usually when you go abroad, this is in the outskirts of that city. Next part, transportation and logistics. Can sound boring, but trust me, it is something that most people don't pay attention to. Usually if you're in India, you have a bus, you have a metro rail, or you have, let's say, a car, maybe your dad's car, or at some point of time your own motorbike that you could just use whenever you want, however you want. But when you go abroad, let's say more specifically to a European country like Ireland, Germany, and all of these, they do have interlinking trains, but these are not amongst the entire city. So for you to travel, it's either by walk or bus, or maximum the luxury of a bicycle. So logistics and transportation is also going to be a very expensive affair, and I want you to keep this in mind, that it is not going to be all daisies and roses and the sunlight is just going to come to your face and you're going to feel sun-kissed every single day. Most of these countries that are there in the northern hemisphere also have terrible weather. That means most of the times during the second half of the year, it is going to be snowing, it is going to be in -2, -3, -24 degrees, and you are used to a very tropical Indian climate, which is anywhere between 20 to 40 degrees in temperature. So your body, your mind, and the way you're going to live life is going to completely change, guys. So please take care of your mental health. Know all of these things, the weather, the money, the place you stay, all of this comes into picture. And finally, if you are thinking about being very comfortable in speaking in English, you will be surprised that a lot of people in big countries are not as affluent as you are in spoken English. So it is also important for you to learn the native language or to learn the accent in which they speak so that you could understand what they are saying much, much better. And once you understand language, it builds a sort of familiarity with the people you're meeting in this country. And when you build familiarity, you also build trust. And when you build trust, everything happens by itself. So make sure you are learning the accent or the language that is natively coherent there. And that will truly help you. I hope the few points that I gave out is not going to discourage you, however, is going to give you an honest perspective of the dark side of going abroad. I did go abroad. I did enjoy my entire stay of 1.5 years there, but I soon realized that I could come back home and actually pursue my entrepreneurship journey. But not many of you watching might come from a privileged place. I don't want to flex my privileged card, but I'm just being honest. If a loan is going to bog you down, remember, once you take a loan, there is no way you can return back without repaying it. And if you're in India, to repay it, it'll take you at least 10 to 15 years. If you stay abroad, it'll take you 5 years. So think twice before you make this decision. And I'm sure whether you go for it or not, you will get the best of it in your life. So do let me know what you felt about this video and share your honest feedback in the comment section below, because this is completely from my own perspective and experience that I had 4 years ago. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in my next video.